Hello, Capricorn. How are you? Welcome to Bratty's Tarot. I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to start with the meditation interpretation that I got. So, in the meditation interpretation, I was watching you, and it was more so medieval days. And you were going through these boroughs, you were going through these buildings, but it was like on the outside of the buildings, and it was almost like a maze. And there was a big building that you were trying to get to, and it was at the top of this hill, basically. And so you were going through these stone buildings, and it was like medieval days. And you had this knife, and you were assassinating people as you were, I know, you were assassinating people as you were getting to the top of this building or in this big building. And you kept just, like hurting these people. And then finally, when you got to the top, you go in this room, and it's like a throne room, and there's a throne there and everything. And there's this person, but I can only see their back. And they say, "I've been waiting for you." And they turned around, and it was you. And I don't know if this was like your higher self waiting for you to get to the top of this mountain, to get to the top of this hill, but you were there. It was you. It was another version of you that had already accomplished some goal that you were trying to achieve. So it was actually you were like, it was like you were ripping flags like off of walls, and like you were assassinating people because you were trying to get to something that you felt like was yours. But the thing is that it was already yours. There was somebody already there, and it was you. But you were in like these fancy. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look. Show me Capricorn. The Page of Wands, starting out, finding your confidence, finding your way. This is the beginning of something. Then you have the King of Wands in reverse, yet not having the confidence that you could be, because the page wants to get to a knight so he can be a king, okay, or a queen. And that King of Wands is in reverse. And I don't know if this is you, if you're feeling like you don't have the confidence to do something, or if your ego's getting in the way. Six of Cups in reverse. It could be something that you're attached to from childhood, or you may feel, I'm going to be honest, Capricorn, for some of you, I don't want to say you need to grow up, but sometimes with the Page of Wands and the Six of Cups in reverse, it's going to be like, okay, it's time to grow up, and your ego could be what's getting in the way of you growing up, or not necessarily growing up, but getting to the next level of something. And then you have the Seven of Swords in reverse. For some of you with the Six of Cups in reverse, that can represent some kind of negativity from the past. With that Seven of Swords in reverse, it can represent some type of guilty conscience that you may have in regards to something specific. Okay. For others of you, it's that you're trying to play it smart with whatever it is that you're trying to do, or wherever it is that you're trying to go. The Seven of Wands. This is like fighting for your position in life, fighting for the position of what you feel like is rightfully yours. And now I'm seeing you getting into that throne room again. Four of Pentacles in reverse. This can be, I heard trying too hard. Okay. I don't know why I heard that. Maybe you're trying too hard. Maybe somebody else in your life is. Four of Pentacles in reverse, taking a risk with something. And then the Nine of Cups in reverse. This can be like for selfish reasons, or this can be feeling like you didn't fish your wish, basically. And then you have the Knight of Cups in reverse, feeling moody, feeling like you kind of can't move forward with something. So let's go ahead and take a look at that Page of Wands. And you have the Tower in reverse. Interesting. I'm getting the Tower as that throne room that I saw, the Magician, and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I mean, you're definitely on some new trajectory, or you are starting something new. It's like you're ready to go for something, but I think that you fear the consequence. And the fear could be what stops you from getting whatever this is that you're trying to manifest. Because I feel like this Tower in reverse is what is you getting in your own way. And so I'm wondering if in my meditation, with you going through these buildings and you racing through this little maze of stone wall buildings, I'm wondering if that's what you kind of need to do in order to get to where it is that you're going, because it shows me with that Magician there that you have everything that you need to be able to do this. It's showing me that you have everything you need and everything you could possibly want to get what it is you really want. But the Tower in reverse could also be like an avoidance of change. Something may need to crumble first before you can climb. The Sun, the King of Cups in reverse, the Ace of Wands. I mean, you're certainly motivated. You know, you have the confidence, but it's like that King of Cups in reverse makes me feel like, is your heart in this? The King of Wands in reverse. The 10 of Pentacles. Some of you are trying to get something for the wrong reasons. Okay. For some of you, your ego could be involved in getting something, you know, like, oh, I want the fancy Lamborghini because it's going to make me look good. I'm gonna flex on my ex. You know, it's like, you know, that could be like a sense of revenge, you know, wanting to get revenge in some way. The Page of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like when you follow your heart with something instead of your mind, not saying don't utilize your mind, absolutely, but when you're actually following your heart to get something, I feel like that's when you're going to see the most fortune. Because it was like, you know, and I'm not trying to be crazy, but it's like, especially if you're like a Mars in Capricorn, you know, like y'all can be pretty cutthroat. I'm a Mars in Capricorn. I'm not hating. Okay. But y'all can be pretty cutthroat. It's like when somebody is not, you can't utilize somebody anymore. You're like, all right, bye, bitch. You're not adding to my life. I got to subtract you. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, you know, I get it. But it's like you are willing to assassinate all of these people on your way up, you know, and rip all these flags down. And it was like, then you find out you're just actually hurting yourself because you're ripping your own flags down. You're killing your own people, so to speak, because really it's already yours. And it's like, you don't need to do something in order to get there. I don't know what that means for you. Six of Cups in reverse. The King of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, man, this is you, you know, a lot of masculine energy showing up. It's like, ask yourself again, why do you want something? Is it to flex on somebody, you know? Nine of Pentacles, Four of Swords in reverse. This tells me that there's something unhealed in regards to your own self-worth and self-value and how you feel about yourself, you know? It's like I've done a lot of things for the wrong reasons, to be quite honest with you, you know? Like, I don't wear makeup for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real. I don't wear makeup for me. I wear makeup so I can look good to other people. Okay. I don't care. Listen, I'm not saying that to you. Okay. I'm just saying, like, I'm just being real with myself, you know? And like, there's nothing wrong with that sometimes, but it's like how you're going about it, or what are the true reasoning behind something. So not to sound cliche, but listen to your heart. Seven of Swords in reverse. Three Cups in reverse and the Queen of Swords. This almost is giving me like suspicious energy. You know, for some of you, you could have, listen, if this is reversed, hey, whatever. But for some of you, you may have talked about somebody or threw somebody under the bus, or maybe did something before in the past that you start to maybe feel not so good about it. You know what I mean? Like you start to be like, damn, you know, but the thing is that with that Queen of Swords, it's made you all the wiser. You know, now, if that's not what it is, for some of you, you're actually seeing the reality of a situation behind the people that you have surrounded yourself with. Why are they here? Maybe this isn't you. Maybe there's somebody here who just wants you for your money, or wants you for your status, or wants you for something. I could play it like that too. And so you got to be careful with people like that as well. And so you may be all the wiser for what happens. You start to realize you've been massively manipulated in situations that have, you know, giving you nothing but death, metaphorically speaking. And so that could be why in my meditation, I saw you as incredibly relentless. You know, you were incredibly relentless. You were like, sticking to everybody just to get to the top and realize you were already there. Now, where do we go from here? Let's take a look at that Seven of Wands, the Star in reverse. You know, this is like, was this your reading? I think I did an all signs yesterday, and I think it was this. I think this was in your reading, in the Capricorn reading. But I was talking about the difference between a hero and a villain. First of all, they have a lot of similarities. They usually were abandoned or abused of some sort. And usually they have like some prominent scar of some sort. But the difference between the villain and the hero is the villain is somebody who has been massively hurt and now wants the rest of the world to hurt. The hero has also been hurt, but now he's going to make sure that nobody else hurts in the way that he did. And so you have to ask yourself, what are you fighting for and where is this coming from? What place is this coming from and how are you going to go about it? Ace of Wands, Justice in reverse. And to be honest, you could feel like something wasn't justified. You could feel like what it is that you're fighting for. You could be getting that motivation because you feel like you didn't make something or you didn't get it or you didn't, the thing that you've been reaching for, you never grasped it. And you feel like it was unfairly taken from you or you had a disadvantage or something like that. Four of Pentacles in reverse and the Nine of Swords. It's like you're willing to risk it all, but that worries you. You're willing to risk it all, but it worries you. It's a wound around money or a wound around finances. Eight of Pentacles in reverse, Five of Cups. It's a wound around a bottomless pit. It's the bottomless pit where you keep throwing stuff into it and it never fills up. You know? And so that's why I mean, like, follow your heart. Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups in reverse, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and the Three of Swords in reverse. The Two of Wands and the Empress in reverse. I really want you to be careful because what this tells me is that you are choosing an old way of doing something. And it's like there's some kind of wound about not feeling good enough or never going to make the mark or what other people think about you or what a specific person does or feeling like you're not successful enough, you're not good enough, you know. And it's like there's something that you want, but it's for selfish reasons. It's that, oh God, you know, it's that bottomless pit. Then we have the Knight of Cups in reverse for where we end the reading. The High Priestess in reverse. The Seven of Pentacles. And the Six of Swords. Okay, so that's good. The Emperor in the upright and the Fool in reverse. You're kind of taking control over your life. But I think you're now having a hard time. You're having a hard time taking a risk. Because you may feel like you make some mistakes. So just keep in mind that whatever it is that you're starting, you have the ability to accomplish something, but you need to ask yourself what you're willing to do and how far you're willing to go in order to get it and what that's going to feel like at the end of the day when it's in the palm of your hands. Knight of Cups in reverse, the High Priestess in reverse, the Seven of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. You know, it's the bottomless pit energy. It's like this wasted potential, you know? Like, for instance, right? And this is just my own personal example. I'm not saying that this is you, so please just understand. The reason I'm giving you an example from my own life is because that's the best way that I know how to guide somebody. Green tea. So I have a serious problem with my own self-worth and my own self-value. And my whole life, I've grown up being a people pleaser, right? And I would literally allow people in my life and keep allowing people into my life. And I would overcompensate and I would try to please because I needed to be loved. And this comes from a childhood wound. But I noticed that the more that I did that, instead of just not giving up and putting myself first and asking myself, hey, what do you want, Bratty? Right? What do you want? Not what everybody else wants. I started being happier, but I had to ask myself that and why I was doing something. Like even trying to gain the approval of people that did not deserve it, you know, it's like, ugh. So I think that you're realizing that at the end of June, and with that Seven of Pentacles and that Six of Swords, you're realizing why you're doing something or why you've been doing something. And you may just be going about it in a different way, or you may be chucking it all together. But you are getting to this point in your life. There's a lot of masculine energy here, you know, it's like, so let's get you some advice. Wonderful. So you got soar and you got resistance. So let's go ahead and just read them. Okay. So we got soar. Have the confidence to fly. Get up, open your wings, and feel the supportive wind carry you to your destination. There are no obstacles in your way. Now is the time to move. Conjure up your courage and take action. Soar brings a rush of energy and an open channel to receive the information needed to progress quickly with confidence towards your goal. It is in this space that blocks are removed and events flow beautifully as you sail on to success. So let's also look at resistance. Resistance. There may be a strong wind coming your way to soar, right? However, you do have the ability to find a path with the least resistance. Have you ever seen a crow get thrown by the wind? The bird might get taken off guard, but it finds its balance again. Resistance brings an obstacle or adds friction to a situation. Ideas that once would have sailed into completion might now require some additional work. You may find a project or goal now requires an extra step to pass on to another phase. Resistance might manifest itself as a need for approval from an outside influence that takes longer to achieve. When resistance appears in a reading, you are asked to be adaptable and find the path of the least resistance. So it's interesting that it said resistance might manifest itself as a need for approval from an outside influence that takes longer to achieve. But that's the thing is it's going to feel, right? Because it's like feeding that bottomless pit, right? So for instance, people pleasing. I'm going to, like, my dad really wanted me to join the military, right? And I like, imagine if I actually would have done that, right? Nothing wrong with the military, but that's not me. Okay. That's not me. Okay. I don't care how tough I act sometimes. And if I would have done that, if I would have done that to appease him, do you honestly think that I would be happy? Do you think I would be soaring, or do you think I would be constantly having to push through it? Be constantly having to push through it, right? So it's like, follow your heart, because my heart wasn't in the military. My heart was in entertaining and then writing and tarot and astrology. And that was my heart, right? Not that. So follow your heart with this. And I feel like you will find growth within that. Okay. So Capricorn, it was an absolute pleasure to book a personal Zoom call with me or a personal pre-recorded reading. Visit brattystarot.com. Also, make sure that you check out my new creative writing channel. All of the content was originally written by me, and also all of the video editing was also done by me. So I'm going to go ahead and link that in the bio and in the comments down below. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. I love you, Capricorn, and enjoy the rest of your June. Bye.